Hi, this is Christopher Thomas. Josiah asked me to give a little explanation of how referrals work in Empower Lancaster, specifically for coordinated entry. This video is just taking me a couple of minutes. There's kind of two parts to this. Probably helpful for you to know how referrals get made first, and then we'll also look at how you receive referrals and kind of process referrals, right? So the first thing I'll say here is when you're in Empower Lancaster, we're looking at the main screen right now. On the left-hand side, there's this button that says support, and it'll take you to our Zendesk page, which has a place where you can submit troubleshooting requests, but it also got like a long list of different support articles, including a bunch of how-to articles. Among these are a list of steps that Sheldon wrote for how to make a referral in Empower Lancaster that you can read. It's pretty straightforward. You find the client, it's in the case management menu, you click referrals, add new, and then you pick what service you want to refer the client for. There's also a video that you can download by clicking this link that Sheldon recorded, and I'll just play that now because this actually gives a better explanation than I could.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a referral. I'm using the case manager role. So to do that, you'll start by clicking Case Management, Referrals. This will bring up a summary of existing referrals. And to add a new one, we'll click Add New. You'll choose the magnifying glass in the Refer To field. And then you can search by a category of the type of service you want to refer to, or you can type in the provider's name. So I'm going to choose Food Pantry to demonstrate how to make a referral to the Lancaster County Food Hub. I'm going to choose Food Pantry and search. That's going to narrow down the results to all food pantries available. I'm going to click on Lancaster County Food Hub. I'm then going to choose referred for the referral status. The referred to agency, which in this case would be the Lancaster County Food Hub, would then later come in and change the status to whatever the outcome was. So we'll choose referred. And then we're going to create the trigger to let the referred to agency know that we made this referral. And to do that, we'll choose create email. You'll type in their email address, and it will populate if you have the first part of it correct. This is the stock template, which will work for referrals. In the case of the Lancaster County Food Hub, they actually have a specific template that we built. So I'll show you what that looks like. There we go, Lancaster Food Hub. And then it pulls in automatically the client that we're going to be referring to. If you don't need to add any other notes or comments, you can just click send, and then that'll send off the email letting them know the referral's been made, and you just click save.
Okay, so Sheldon just showed us in that video how referrals get made. That's getting done several times per day by 211 for clients who pass pre-screening, right, who are assessed to be literally homeless and are going to get referred on to coordinated entry to have all their coordinated assessment done, right? The first thing is, when you think about how that process worked, they had to say which person to send that email to. The system is not going to be able to intuit that. So the first thing is, if we don't have, 211 doesn't have the most up-to-date email for your organization, and your organization wants to receive those coordinated entry referrals from 211, we need to make sure to have your contact information updated. That's something that Josiah can help you with. When I'm back, I can help you with that too. But we just want to make sure we get the right email address, because that's kind of, we send a referral, we send it two different ways. It's safer than just doing one, right? That email part's not going to work if we haven't got the right email address for you. And just to show you what that looks like, I did this earlier. I'm using the test system right now. I sent a referral for my test client, Christopher, to me, to myself. And this is what comes up. This was in my inbox about 30 seconds after I hit send. It's got the subject line, referral email, caseworthy at the top here, referral from, referral to. Now, obviously, this is from me to me because I didn't want to have to send someone else an email. Normally, you would see the organization sending and the organization returning or receiving rather would both appear here. And then this body here tells you what happened. A referral was made to, in this case, it would be your organization on date to assist this client with coordinated assessment. When you receive that email, you just need to copy that number, find client, search, and there it is. This is the client who I'm then going to reach out to, enroll them in coordinated entry, pick it up from there, right? But that's describing one of the two, channels that these referrals come through, right? The other one is right in here, case management referrals. So I made this referral for Christopher earlier today. I made it for coordinated assessment. So this is going to appear every time one of those referrals for coordinated entry gets made. So you might say, what if I can't get those emails, want to check, right? Maybe I missed the email, maybe I went to junk. There is a way to check on the referrals logged for your agency in EL, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so I'm logged in here. I'm logged in as a case manager. This would look familiar. The color is a little different because this is the test site, but that's immaterial. It's the same. On the left side here where it says operational reports, I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to click referral pivot report. The first thing you'll need to do every time is tell the system what date range you want. Maybe a safe bet would be to look back 2 weeks, right? In case you missed anything. But obviously, if you know what date you want, you can set that as your referral date range. But I'm just going to look for the last 2 weeks. Search. And I'm going to leave all these settings the same. You don't need to mess with those. Hit apply. Now all I need to do is using these are buttons here. They're filters, right? Change this refer to provider to be just my organization. Hit apply. Now here I can see who was referred, what their client ID is, what their status is, and what date that referral was made on, and what the service is. So I see here when I go to check, it looks like I've got a client who is sent my way, who I need to follow up with to do coordinated entry. So based on this, I'm going to go again, find that client, 308-390. Going to go case management referrals. And then from here, you're going to want to make sure to change this status as the client status changes. Now, you don't necessarily need to use all of these different referral statuses, and there are a bunch of them. But at a minimum, I would hope that you would change referred to either enrolled in program, if that referral is successful and you're able to enroll them in coordinated entry, or one of the other options here, such as, for instance, client refused, client canceled, client unable to be reached, potentially did not qualify if when you call them back they aren't literally homeless. That way, the next person, likely Josiah or myself, knows it looks like this client's referral was processed and it was client refused. That's why he wasn't enrolled in coordinated entry. Or if you're using these to keep track of every step of the way, maybe I'm going to do my first attempt to reach out, second attempt to reach out. All of these can be very easily changed and then saved. Again, just by going to case management, referrals, clicking the three dots and hitting edit. So this is a way of keeping track of the status of each of those referrals, right? And this will also be reflected if I go to that referral pivot report and I run it again. Do the same thing. Look for the ones that were referred to me. This hasn't been updated yet. That's annoying. There we go. So I needed to refresh that by hitting search, right? But there's the referral status is different. So potentially, maybe I've got 3 different clients, and each one of them shows up here, different client ID. Maybe Christopher's second attempt to reach out. The other 2 are referred. That means I need to follow up with those 2 clients who were referred more recently. And this one's in progress, right? So this is kind of a way to keep track of referrals and how they're going.